There are three things that make a good principal.
My good principal.
But one is the principal has goals for the school. They set a goal, they set a vision for the school that everybody can rally around and move forward. Number two is they create a good culture for the school and they support that culture, they nurture that culture. And number three is they support staff and have us all moving in the right directions. Now, I've been teaching for 20 years, and in those 20 years I have had over 10 principals. Some have not even made it to a year and some have been outstanding. But I can tell you these three things apply to those principles, and let me break it down for you why they're so important. Number one, setting goals. They got to create the vision for where the school is going. Because what happens is once we actually get into the school year, it is so easy to get bogged down on the day-to-day tasks. As teachers, day-to-day tasks of grading papers, creating lessons, and everything else. As administration, dealing with discipline, going to meetings, right? These are things that can easily bog us down. But if a principal does not create that big vision, all those things are just kind of spinning wheels, right? And we're all spinning wheels in different directions. But if the principal creates a vision, they create some goals for the staff, the students, the school, then we can all start moving in the right direction. Now, it's not to say things are going to be simple and easy, and there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be put in place for it. But once again, without that vision, without the goals, we're all just kind of going in our own direction and nothing's really being accomplished. So they got to set a clear vision and goals. Number two is nurture culture. Man, I can tell you this. We had some experts come to our school to speak to us about our school in general and everything else, collaboration. And I asked both of them this question, said, how long does it take to turn around the culture of a school? And how do you go about doing that? And both of their answers were exactly the same. And when I started diving into more research about it, the research matches up the same thing what they're saying. And the answer is this: it takes about 5 years to basically create the culture of a school. 5 years, that's a long time to create the culture of a school. But it could be done with about 10% of the people working together. I mean, they're the game changer. They're the linchpins. They're the ones that make things happen. But if you get 10% people to buy in and to put extra effort in and to start making some changes, you can see the culture turn around. But the principal's job is they have to nurture that. They have to nurture those changes, those people. Ultimately, the buck stops with them. So whatever the culture is of the school, ultimately it's a reflection of the principal. As hard as that might be, but that's ultimately where it goes. So the job of a principal is to nurture the culture of the school along with that long-term game plan, that vision, and those two things together are a powerful combination. The third thing a good principal will do is support the staff. And I'm not just talking about teachers, I'm talking about the entire staff. Because think about this, they are the pilot, right? They are the captain of the ship. They have the vision of what they want to do. They create the culture so everybody's working together. But ultimately, there has to be people in the trenches doing the work. And that is what the staff and the teachers and classified all are doing, is they're actually putting those oars in and they're moving the boat ahead. But the job of a principal is to support those teachers, support the classes, support the staff as they are rowing the ship in the right direction. So supporting the staff, that is key. Now, it's not to give in to whatever the staff wants, and it's not so much about, hey, buy them donuts and all that. Don't be wrong, I like donuts. But it's more or less about, hey, how can I help you to get to where we need to get? And if they can do that, now if they can do all three things of these together, create a vision and goals, right? If they can do that, that is powerful in itself. And then the second thing, if they can nurture that culture of that school, man, we're all rowing together. And then the third thing, support the staff so we can get to where we need to go.